In the past, only the paranoid survived, but in the present, only the optimists thrive. That is something that Chris Williams said in a podcast between Chris Williamson and James Smith on Modern Wisdom, when they were talking about the idea of risk taking and how we've kind of got this inbuilt method and natural fear that stops us from taking these risks that are really not overall life threatening. The truth is that we don't have much time here on Earth. And so the choices you make and the things you decide to do with that time are pretty damn important. So if you're in a situation where the thing that you're doing hasn't really got much meaning behind it, you're not enjoying doing it, you may be good at it, but it doesn't mean you necessarily enjoy doing it. And there might be something else that you really want to do, although doing it might be a bit risky. And there's many different types of scenarios to this. But the point is here, the optimists would just do the thing they want to do, however impossible it may seem. Just give it a go, because even if you fail, I guarantee you, an older version of you will regret it if you don't give it a go, when that older version of you no longer has the opportunity or the chance to do it. The point behind this quote is that in the past, being a bit risk averse, a bit paranoid, was the key to survival. But as generations have passed on and passed on and passed on, this inbuilt method and natural fear controls us, even in situations that aren't life-threatening. And as I said earlier, this covers a multitude of different examples. So that could be moving to a new country, leaving your current job if you're working and going to a job that you'll enjoy more, or even asking a girl out. These are seen as risky actions, only in which an optimist would act upon, which means if the optimist succeeds, the optimist would be the only one that does succeed. If you leave it like the paranoid person trying to survive in the past would, then obviously you're just going to stay at an average level, and you don't really want to be average. So as much as there's a good chance that the optimist will fail, there's also the good chance that the optimist will succeed, and you will do neither. But then you've even got to ask yourself the question, what is failure here? In this scenario, what is failure? You move to a new country, it doesn't work out, you don't enjoy it so much, so you have to move back to your initial country. Sure, there's a bit of humiliation, sure you might get taken a piss out of a little bit, sure you've lost some money. But as James Smith says, you'll be proud and happy that you've at least tried it. You tried a new job and you leave your old one that you're not enjoying. And you don't get into the new one, or you don't succeed at the new one, or it doesn't work out and you don't end up getting the job, or you get sacked early on. But where's the worry when in the end you'll just return to a different job that you didn't like? You're in the same place again, but at least you tried. Same idea of asking a girl out. You weren't in a relationship before you asked a girl out, and then if the girl says no, you're still not in a relationship. What's changed? Apart from a bit of humiliation and maybe a bit of loss of pride. In fact, going back to the work example, James Smith has a really good quote about this. He says, if you're succeeding at something that you don't enjoy, imagine how great you'd be at something you love. As I said earlier, we don't have much time on Earth, and you really want to enjoy all the moments you possibly can. And with a job being such a big part of life, being able to enjoy a job, that's important. And of course, we're looking at the failure side of those examples, but think about the succeeding side of those examples. You do move to a new country and you absolutely love it there. You're constantly living in the sun. It's a very relaxed lifestyle that you've always wanted. You get the new job, you love it, and you're now being paid more in your past one, and you're enjoying it. You ask the girl out, and to your surprise, she says yes, and now you're in a very happy long-term relationship. And the things that's stopping us from getting these succeeding results is the natural fear mechanism built in on us. And this was used when, if a bit of a risky action generations and generations and generations ago was hunting a bear. And of course, the failure side of that was being eaten by the bear or death or whatever. And in comparison to being eaten by a bear, the failure on these examples in modern day are nowhere near the same. So if you've got a risky decision in front of you and it's been troubling on your mind a little bit, you've been thinking about it often, and you really want to do it, just remember that the optimists thrive. And then even if you fail, you can't improve without failing. Another quote that goes along with this idea is from the Stoic Seneca, who says, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. So yeah, if you've got something you want to do and if it's a bit risky, just go for it, man. Just go for it. If you haven't seen the channel before, this channel is about a multitude of different topics, from languages to sport to fitness to productivity, all under the umbrella of self-improvement. So if you're interested in self-improvement, whatever topic that may be, please support the channel, like this video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe and share. I also have a newsletter, which is where you get an email every Tuesday from me, just a couple-minute read every Tuesday on a topic that I found interesting. They're usually linked to the sort of topics I talk about in the videos. Also, by signing up to the newsletter, you get 2 free ebooks, one called Acquire Languages, about language learning, and the other about Discomfort and the Art of Discipline. So if you're interested in them, you can sign up to the newsletter and get the ebooks through the link in the description. It's completely free. Also, my other social platform, Instagram, if you want to follow that, that's also in the description. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you around next week. Goodbye.